Hey, what's going on? Well, I thought I'd go ahead. I've been talking to a fella who's been looking into Switchblades, and he kind of wanted to know a little bit about some of the places you can pick these up at. The best place to pick these up at is Sharper Deal Auctions, and you can look up a guy named Rick, and you can actually call Rick. This is an 11-inch stiletto, just a production model. It's got a dagger grind. Nothing really fancy about this one. It says rust free. I have to look at it. Stiletto, Italy. I believe this is a Frank B, which is not to be confused with, I'm sorry, a Renzo B, Renzo Beltrame, which is not to be confused with Frank, but this is Stag. And I'm not crazy about Stag, but this one I think was a pretty nice knife. And for 12-inch switchblade, this does have the swivel bolster. And as far as, you know, up and down and side to side, you know, you're going to have a little bit of that. This is a knife I actually use. You're going to have a little bit of that. You can see the play in it, if there is any. It's a switchblade. Switchblades are going to have a little bit of play. Not much, but, you know, I mean, enough to open. And, you know, you want a little bit, you don't want a lot. If you're going to have a risotto, you know, when you get into risottos, those are going to be, you know, those are going to give you trouble. But you can pick up one of these, $70, you know, I mean, any day of the week. And, you know, if you're of legal age, and, you know, if you're in the right state, you know, you got to make sure to check your local laws. Don't carry these around on you, you know, unless you're in Florida or something. This one is a stray dog from Hot Dog Customs, and this is started out, I guess, as an 8-inch, and he removed the bolsters on the back. This is one that you've seen before. You've seen all these before. I'm just going over them quick. But Full Gore, also known, I believe, as Metal God, and really Duncan at Hot Dog Customs. Duncan is the guy you'll want to talk to get some of Stray Dog. And then you've got, what he does is, I mean, he takes production knives and, you know, he just adds a little bit more. And his work is really incredible. He's a very talented guy, and he's very good. There's another guy that you can look up, East Coast Sniper. This is his hunter version of an AGA Campolin. And this is a ring pull, and he's done some file work on it. Roger is just incredible at what he does. He's getting more and more. I just grabbed these knives. I haven't really cleaned on them yet, but I just grabbed them out just to make a quick video. I don't know how much time I've got left on my card, so I'm going to make it quick. But this is an AGA Campolin, and it's a hunter. And this actually came with a lanyard that was hooked to the ring pole. I removed that just because it's easier to use, but I do like this ring pole. Ring poles are nice. This is not a lock back, so you pull the ring and you close it. And any knife that Roger works on, you'll know a knife that Roger works on because it's flawless. It's going to fire hard every time. And Roger, East Coast Sniper. Haven't talked to him in a while, but I've always followed his work, and he's really good at what he does, and he never disappoints. He does have he's got an eye for he's got an eye like very few people have, and the work that he does on the knives are really original. And you know, I mean, if you're going to get into affordable customs, you know, they're not going to break your bank by picking one of those up. They're going to, I think I paid no more than 110 for this one. Maybe I think 70 for that one, and I don't know, 70 for that one. Then you've got the bat swingers, you know, which are always really nice knives. You know, you're getting into a 13-inch here, and you know, you've got solid nickel bolsters, and you've got a lot of girth. It's an ounce per inch on these, and you've got the flush button release, and you've got a beautiful dagger grind blade. People have asked me about these knives. Where can you get them? You can't get them anymore. These were a limited run, and you just can't find them anymore. Every once in a while you might get lucky if you know, keep your eye on sharper deals. There might be a collector letting them go. Then you've got a Nevis, which is a really beautiful knife, and it's a big monster of a knife. It opens with authority. This is an AGA Campolin 2010 date. Button works fine. They did have some button problems. Quite a few people had them. I actually had them at one point, but I worked on it and it fires great. This is a pick lock, so on a pick lock you actually have to lift this tab up with your finger, and on a 15-inch knife that's not easy, especially on one with a good spring. But you know, you get into a 15-inch, nickel silver bolsters. You know, when you get into larger knives, especially AGA Campolins, those things don't play around. They will bite you. They will kick like, you know, like you wouldn't believe. They're very large, and they mean business. Are they practical? You know, by no means. But are they beautiful? Of course. Would you carry them? No. But you know, at the same time, beautiful knives. But you know, I mean, if you're going to get into something like bat swingers, you can't get the Nevises. You still can find some of those occasionally. The Hunters, those are readily available. But you know, if you really want to get a good knife, get a hold of Rick on Sharper Deals, and you know, give him a call, and he'll hook you up with a really good knife, provided you live in a state that, you know, allows legal ownership of them. So that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, Switchblades, I don't see one thing wrong with a Switchblade. You know, they've been villainized in the movies, and you know, it's a shame because it's mechanical steel, and you know, for collectors, they collect them because they love the blade. You know, it's the love of the blade. I just don't understand. Never have really understood the legalization and the legal matters that, you know, have plagued these knives. They shouldn't be. You know, I mean, as far as, you know, using something like this for self-defense, you know, you can snap one of these blades pretty easily. You know, if somebody grabs a hold of your blade, you better know how to use it if you're going to pull something like this out. And you know, you're an idiot if you do. You know, find a better way to defend yourself than carrying a switchblade. A switchblade's not going to, well, it may save your life, but you better know how to use it if you're going to pull it out on somebody. And I sure as hell wouldn't do that. Stay out of bad situations, you know. If you carry a gun, stay out of bad situations. just stay out of bad situations, period. But don't carry switchblades unless they're legal to carry in your state. And in Florida, I think Florida's only one of the few states I know that will allow that. But even with the CCW, you can't carry switchblades in my state, and I've gotten a desire to do that. These are for collector's purposes only, and you know, if I'm gonna, you know, pick something to defend myself, it's not going to be one of these knives. But you know, I mean, at the same time, they're beautiful knives, and they bring back a lot of you know, they bring back a lot of pleasure for your buck. And you know, the bolsters on the ones that are lower priced, they're going to be hollow brass, but at the same time you get a lot of clicking fun for it. And you know, this is a good letter opener. I use this to open letters all the time. It's my letter opener. So you know, if you do want to get a good switchblade, that's what I would go with. $70. I think 70 or 75 bucks, you know, will probably get you one of this type, you know, any day of the week. Sharper Deals Auctions, that's the best place to go. If you want to get into customs, and if you want to get into AGA customs, you know, you're going to have to be in line to get to them. If I see a Batwing swing guard, I'm going to go for it. And I've always done that. But at the same time, I've seen a few of them go, and I saw one by Renzo Pescato. There was a prototype that I shouldn't have let go, but I just, you know, I thought, well, you know, I mean, I've got enough of these. And you know, at the same time, to have a Renzo would have been really nice. But the fellow who got it, I think deserved it. And he's a fellow collector, so I was glad to see him get it. But, you know, it depends on the day, but, you know, I mean, if it's a day that I'm looking at switchblades, chances are if I run across a bat swinger, I'm going to grab it. And, you know, I'm going to grab it quick. But, you know, at the same time, I collect other things, and switchblades are just, you know, they're cool, and they're fun to collect. And, you know, if you want to get a nice one, you know, a swivel bolster release. I think Frank Beltrame, I keep wanting to call him Beltrame, but Beltrame, and I'm probably even mispronouncing it at that, but he really makes some beautiful knives, and I like his work the best. He makes some with 5mm spines. I don't have one switchblade with a 5mm spine, and I wish I did. They come with solid bolsters, and you know, the craftsmanship in them is just wicked. Latama, you know, that's another breed of knife that, you know, is just beautiful. If you want to step up to a custom, Paul, aka Burn, you know, you've got Slow Joe. There's so many builders that just make some beautiful knives, but the ones that are most affordable that I found, and that give the most bang for the buck, and that are the most interesting, are the ones that Stray Dog and East Coast Sniper put out, because they really make affordable knives, and they know what they're doing. When you get a hold of one, you're not going to have a failure. You know, he's Roger especially. Roger's really picky about. He really he's a hard ass when it comes to perfection on knives, and that's a good thing. But yeah, this is just a mild custom, and you know, he can do pretty much anything. But anyway, that's just pretty much it. A lot of the people, you know, that have asked, I've turned them on links. But you know, I mean, if you're looking for good switchblades, sharperdeals.com. And I'm not, I'm not advertising for them or anything else. It's just one good place that Sharper Deals auctions, where a lot of sellers who are the big heavy hitters, my collections aren't anything compared to theirs. And the knives they have are truly, I mean, some of them cost as much as, a new car. And, I mean, they make my knife collection very, very humble. But, at the same time, for a good 11-incher, that would be the one I'd get. A nice swivel bolster if you want it, under $100. I think $75 any day of the week will get you a nice 11-inch Switchblade. So, for what it is, take it easy, guys. Later on.